What did you just say? Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Ted Davies Artistry. Today we're going to talk to you about people's reaction to your artwork, especially at shows, and what your response is to this. This is your first time here at Ted Davies Artistry. My name is Ted Davies. I'm an artist and author. I'm best known for my book Retrieve and Grim 101. I do a ton of different watercolor artwork, ink and pen, and that's me. But the whole idea of this back to the drawing board is about my journey and my experiences. Hopefully it helps you get to the point where you're doing some good things with your artwork and your writing. But today we're going to talk to you a little bit about my experience, and it wasn't such a great one. We're in a small, semi-small town destination spot in mid-northern Michigan on a Great Lake, and every year they have these art gallery, I guess they're openings, they're shows for local gallery here in town, and it's been great. Really good people in that, well organized. But there's been a few. Not everybody knows what artwork is. Not everybody looks at art the same way. Maybe I should say that. And I'm no stranger to the game. I've been doing this a long time, and it's something that I know usually what will sell, what won't, how I position things as far as my artwork, my books, and it's a pretty standard setup. So each it might be a little bit different. Each table might be a little bit different size-wise, 6 to 8 feet, depending on what the venue offers, if they do offer that. But needless to say, it's not my first rodeo, as they say. So I'm set up. We're in a enclosed hallway, which is kind of like a gallery between shops, which is kind of nice because we're out of the. It was raining that day, and usually they have it on the sidewalks. The vendors are all set up that way, or the artists, and that was good, being that it was in a dry area. A little bit off the beaten path. You had to go to each vendor and have them sign off on your scavenge hunt, basically is what it was, so that you could get into a listing, so that you could get to the auction at the end of the show, which was kind of nice. So each of the customers had to stop at each one of the tables so that the artist could sign off on the scavenger hunt, which was kind of nice. So they had to stop at your table, which is pretty cool. Nice setup. I'm sure a lot of people have had that experience if you've ever been in this type of scavenger hunt gallery setup. But it was cool because you got to meet a lot of new people, and they didn't necessarily ever see your artwork before. But then you also had returning fans, which was very, very encouraging and very, very nice. So, but the experience I want to talk about is the blatant opinion of a certain older couple that came over to my table. In today's world, we're putting ourselves out there online or in these formats in the public, now that we're re-emerging from COVID and everything else. And you're going to meet all different kinds of people, all different walks of life, especially in this type of venue. This could have been just people walking through the corridors to different shops, and that they might not even be affiliated with the art gallery. But in this particular instance, these people definitely were in part of the art gallery, or at least patrons of it or customers of it. And throughout the day, we had throughout the few hours that we were there, we had quite a few different people, all different walks of life, like I said, from parents with kids that were visiting for the holiday. There's a lot of people that come in, just for a couple days, so they were eager to see different artists in the area and that. So that was pretty cool. But this one couple, it was two older ladies. They brought their paperwork to me to have it signed so they can go to the next stop and that. And the one lady blatantly said "yuck" to my artwork. So I've never had that experience before. If it had been, I didn't hear it. It wasn't even the fact that she said yuck or anything like that. But I immediately thought, if it wasn't me and it was a younger, less experienced artist that was just starting out, or it didn't have the catalog of things that I've sold or the opportunities that I've had as of late, it could be devastating for them. And the fact that she thought that she had the right or the arrogance to say that, oh, this isn't my style at all, that kind of attitude, I immediately, young Ted would have been like, I would have completely gone off on the rails, I'm sure. How dare you and everything else, much like I did at the beginning of the video. But looking really with my life experience in that, I was more so, I pitied her. I had compassion for her, because I'm like, wow, your life must really be, somebody must have been that way to her. It was kind of sad. But I was thinking back to, a lot of artists, a lot of us are very much introverted. We aren't very outgoing people. And this is our, heart on our sleeve. I mean, the artwork that we do is us. I mean, it's our soul that's on this, on a lot of cases, in most cases. And, maybe it was her age, maybe she's on medication, maybe she had, I don't know, maybe she has a medical condition, I don't know. But she obviously didn't like my work. And she said, yeah, this is not my style at all. And I said to her, well, look, art's subjective, and that's cool, not a problem. I have more fans than not. And she looked at me like, how dare you even speak to me? I signed their paper. I made sure that she knew that, where she could reach me online if she ever would like to purchase my artwork. And they went on their way. It took me a minute, because I was like, it was almost like getting blindsided, because you don't realize, you don't expect that kind of reaction. What happened afterward was even more interesting. So about probably 20-30 minutes later, a group of people came in that had seen my work downstate, and they had been following me, and they actually had bought my work from other shows. And they asked for photographs with me. They bought some other work that I signed for them, which was quite nice. Yeah, it was a completely different experience, right? And they were there as the old couple went by again, the two ladies of the one lady that gave me such heat. So that was kind of icing on the cake, a little good karma, I think, because of my hopefully not too much of a banter with her. But all I'm saying is, don't get stepped on. Compassion is not weakness. Let me repeat that. Having compassion is not weakness. Make sure that when this happens, or if this ever happens to you, God forbid, you take a minute, breathe, and don't react to it. People are going to like your artwork. 9 times out of 10, people are going to love your artwork. All right, because they understand what goes into it. Not everybody will. And that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. As a customer, though, if I have one thing to state, if you do go over to an artist booth in that, if you don't like it, keep your mouth shut. That's it. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Pretty easy rule. But understand, guys, that you as artists, you are making the world better. Whether you're writing, whether you're doing painting, whatever it is, you're making the world better. And don't lose that, because the people that are miserable are going to try to drag you down too. And that's not what you should be worrying about. You should be uplifting everybody around you with your work. So, naysayers, just ignore them. Get back to the boards. Make sure that you're drawing. Make sure that you're writing, or whatever your creative endeavor is, and make the world better for it. That's it, guys. So if you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you part of Ted's tribe, and we will talk to you soon. No envy, no fear. Get creating.